We must all be atheists because something bad happened to us sometime in our past. Have you ever heard that argument before? A Christian, you might be debating with a Christian, and they'll say, oh, well, you know, most atheists are atheists because something bad happened to them sometime in their past. That must be the case with you. What kind of idiotic logic is that? No, you moron. We were able to come to that conclusion on our own, through scientific reasoning and logic. There's simply no scientific evidence that God exists, and that's how we came to our conclusion that we're non-believers. We don't believe in God. It has nothing to do with the good or bad things happening to us in our lives. And I find it incredibly arrogant that a Christian or somebody who believes in God would make that assumption about another human being. You have no idea who that person is. You don't know them. It is true, though, that some people become atheists because something bad happened to them. You may have heard of, like, former priests or religious people of that kind will become atheists because, like, maybe their wife died or their child died or something like that. Something bad happened to them that made them lose their faith, that made them question their faith. You know, those people were not very strong-minded in the first place, and they, I guess, had this delusion that God exists because as long as good things happen to them, that's all that matters. They didn't stop to think for 2 seconds that bad things happen all over the world, all the time, to everyone. Look what happened in Haiti. Did those people deserve it? To die in that horrible earthquake? Thousands of people, good and bad people. It's indiscriminate. It does not judge anyone. It just happens. So, people like that, I think they're morons. If you arrive to the conclusion that God doesn't exist just because something bad happened to you, well, you were dumb to begin with. I guess, hey, you finally wised up, but, you know, anyone with intelligence can just rationalize to themselves, there's no evidence, and that's it. So, if someone ever accuses you of being an atheist simply because something bad happened to you in your life, tell them, get an education.